Welcome to Love Game Show at midnight. We have date number 1, date number 2, down there, and date number 3. First question, date number 1. Where would you take us on a first date?
See these right here? I jump out a window, grab these and grab you at the same time, and just slide down that hole. Just slide down that little wire. And then the building right behind us will blow up, and then we'll kiss.
That sounds lovely. Date number 2, same question. That's nice. Date number 3, where would you take us on our first date?
Well, we'd probably go down to the swamp down there and eat a couple of weed rats, and we'd have a great time until I might have killed you at one point. But it's okay. I mean, our first date would be great.
The food sounds great, but I'd like to skip that killing part. Date number 1, if you were an animal, what kind of animal would you be?
I'd be a tight nose, a bear. No, I am an animal.
Oh, he's a feisty one. Date number 2, if you had to pick an animal to be your pet, what kind of animal would you have? Enough said. Date number 3, if a kitten was left on your doorstep, what would you do to the kitten?
Well, doing most of us doing this time, we would probably treat the kitten to a warm glass of milk, and then we'd finally just walk behind it and eat it for dinner.
I would do the exact same thing. Date number 1. Date number 1. Are you good with children?
Children? I say them all the time.
Aww.
What's that?
Date number 2. Are you ticking? I think you're ticking. I'll come back to you later when you're feeling better. Date number 3. Are you good with children?
Well, it all depends on what you mean by children. When when we're little, we send our kids off at the age of 7. Which reminds me of this funny story. One time I got my British birth at 7. It wasn't a pretty sight at all. But children are great until they learn to talk and walk and pass.
Alrighty then. Date number 1.
I think there's a bomb on this one.
Oh, he's just ticking for love.
Alright, whatever you say.
Date number 1. What would you do to prove our love?
I take a machine gun.
Oh.
Spell, I love you in the snow. We're running away from terrorists. And then I'd shoot them. And they'd say I love you all over their bodies.
You sound like you're full of action and fun. Date number 2. What would you do to prove our love? Your ticking says it all. Date number 3. How would you prove our love?
Well, I'd write you a song about, how I love you. I might even pick you a flower, and, I wouldn't really like the flower, because, but it would remind me of you anyways, because I'd get over it eventually, and, you need to fix this guy. I'm kind of scared of him.
Oh, you know what? I think I've made my decision, and I think I choose date number 2.
What?
I'm going to take you home right now. Here we go.